For most of human history, the future was invisible. It could not be measured, it could not be simulated, it could only be imagined. And imagination was never enough. So when humans could not see ahead, they asked something else to look for them. They built oracles. Kings delayed wars for prophecies. Cities paused construction to hear predictions. Entire civilizations waited for a voice that claimed to know what came next. The oracle was never just mystical, it was functional. It existed to answer one question: what happens if we choose wrong? What oracles really were. The Oracle of Delphi was the most powerful prediction system of the ancient world. People traveled across continents to consult it. They brought offerings, fears, and irreversible decisions. The oracle did not speak clearly. It spoke in fragments, in metaphors, in contradictions. You will conquer a great empire. Which empire? The enemy's or your own? The brilliance of the oracle was ambiguity. No matter what happened, the prophecy could be interpreted as correct. Failure was impossible. But beneath the ritual was something deeper. The oracle was a centralized source of foresight in a world without data. It transformed uncertainty into authority. Why humans seek prediction? Humans are not disturbed by danger. They are disturbed by not knowing. We imagine futures constantly. We simulate outcomes in our minds. But intuition is unreliable. So we externalize prediction, first through myths, then through rituals, then through numbers. Each system claimed to reduce uncertainty. Each system promised clarity. The oracle was simply the earliest interface. Prophecy as power. Oracles were not neutral. They decided wars, legitimized rulers, justified sacrifices. A single prophecy could mobilize an army without lifting a weapon. Whoever controlled the oracle controlled direction. This is why access was limited, why rituals were enforced, why questioning was forbidden. Prediction creates obedience. The transition from myth to model. As civilizations advanced, prophecy changed form. The oracle faded. The spreadsheet appeared. Predictions became technical. Weather forecasts, economic models, risk analysis. Each step reduced mystery and increased dependence. The future became something to calculate, and then calculation became automated. The return of the oracle. Artificial intelligence does not predict the future. It predicts likelihoods. But to humans, that distinction barely matters. When an AI tells us what will succeed, who will fail, what behavior is risky, which choice is optimal, we listen because it speaks with confidence. The oracle has returned, not as a voice, but as a system. And this oracle never sleeps. Why AI feels different? Ancient oracles spoke rarely. AI speaks constantly. Every click, every pause, every choice feeds the system. The more data it consumes, the clearer its predictions become. The clearer the predictions, the more humans trust them. This loop did not exist before. Prediction is no longer occasional. It is continuous. Prediction becomes direction. If a system predicts you are high risk, you are treated as high risk. If it predicts low success, opportunities quietly disappear. This is prophecy without poetry, without riddles, without doubt. Dashboards replace visions, and dashboards feel objective. The disappearance of responsibility. When predictions outperform humans, humans defer. Decisions shift from judgment to optimization. This feels efficient, it feels safe, but it also removes accountability. Just as ancient kings blamed oracles, modern institutions blame algorithms. Why ancient oracles were vague? Ancient cultures understood something modern systems forget. Perfect foresight is dangerous. That is why prophecies were unclear. That is why interpretation mattered. Ambiguity preserved choice. AI removes ambiguity, and with it, a critical human space, the freedom to decide against the forecast. The cost of perfect prediction. A future that is always predicted becomes rigid. Risk disappears. Exploration shrinks. Surprise fades. Creativity depends on uncertainty. So does freedom. If every outcome is anticipated, nothing truly new can occur. The question is no longer whether AI can predict. It already does. The question is whether humans will challenge predictions, reinterpret them, or obey them completely. because once prediction becomes destiny, the future is no longer negotiated. Please share your thoughts below. The prophecy continues.